Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich. Very excited to be here with my dear sweet friend who came in from Detroit, Southeast Michigan, really Oxford. You made the trip in.
I did.
Doris Gilles. Hello, darling.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Well, you've been a friend of mine and I forced you to come on all of my shows. You're welcome.
You do.
I know. It's a strong arm of mine, but I can't thank you enough. And you're here because you have such a massive passion for people. And you and I first met at actually Pictures of Hope at the Shelter of Flint.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement with that program.
So that was one of our first events. The organization that I chair is called Project Beautiful Inside and Out.
Project Beautiful Inside and Out, and that's what we get really excited about.
Yes, and our mission is to build confidence and inspire hope in individuals and families that are rebuilding their lives. Kind of like we try to bring smiles to people that need it most.
You said hope.
I did. There's a tie in there.
There is. This all makes sense. It'll all make sense to you.
Okay.
So how long have you been involved in that organization?
My three girlfriends and I started it spring of 2015, so it's a little over 4 years now.
And so the message behind it is really empowerment. What got you together to kind of put it together? What inspired you?
Some girlfriends and I, we wanted to give back to the community. We wanted to involve our children. Mm-hmm. We wanted to do things that were fun and still impactful. And most of us were in a similar stage in life where we were busy with kids. Mm-hmm. We couldn't do something that was like every week, go do this.
Right.
So we do kind of like these pop-in events where we work with existing organizations that are doing what I call the hard work every day. The shelters, the foster care organizations, etc. And then we do extra fill-in, warm, fuzzy kind of projects that if they had a little bit more money they could do or a little bit more resources. So Linda Solomon, she runs this organization, Pictures of Hope.
Mm-hmm. She's amazing. Linda Solomon.
Yes.
Right.
So she does this thing where she goes into shelters and gives the kids cameras and they go take pictures of what their dreams and hopes are.
That's right.
And what we did was we actually gave gift bags to the parents with goodies because they, it was all about the kids, but we wanted to give something to these parents that are, really working to get their lives back on track.
And it was such a special day. So it was hosted at the Shelter of Flint, and it was for the children that were currently living within the shelter. And it was a huge surprise for the parents. The parents knew what the kids were receiving, but they didn't know they were going to be on the receiving end. Yes. And what was in the goodie bags? I mean, there was a ton of stuff.
We did gift cards, and then for the women, we did, makeup, chocolate, a fragrance, and then we gave them a hope bracelet. My husband was one of the mentors, too, because Linda has all these mentors, people in the community come, and he is with Fiat Chrysler. And what was amazing was he realized that some of these kids had never gone to the auto show in Detroit.
Okay.
So because of that, we did this new program where we invited a bunch of kids to the auto show.
It was
and
amazing.
We had kids, we had other designers be their host and take them around. And it was because of a family here in Flint, and we brought them down.
That motivated.
Yes.
I mean, that inspired. So
Yes.
your husband is with Fiat Chrysler. He's not just with Fiat Chrysler. He's head of design for Fiat Chrysler.
That is true.
That is
he
true.
just had
True story.
his 27th year anniversary, which
Can you
makes
believe
us
it?
feel really old.
And you guys look so young. You look like children to me. You're welcome. That's why that's why you come on my show all the time. So Ralph Shield, head of design, but it's so amazing too. You both are this really tremendous power couple, and I know you don't want to hear that, but he does everything with you. So I
drag him to things kind of like you drag me.
That's exactly right. So now you know the feeling. But we just had an event. You had an event in Detroit that was just amazing. Catfight for the Crown, and he was one of the judges.
He was, and you were one of my guests because I thought, who would better appreciate this event than you?
That's right. I can't thank you enough. It was at the Fillmore Detroit.
Yes.
And all the proceeds went to
The Ruth Ellis Center. So this was our second year doing it. And the Ruth Ellis Center in Detroit supports the LGBTQ runaway and homeless community in Detroit. And this is this crazy event. It's an amateur drag pageant with swimsuit, interview, evening, and talent. And it's just crazy. It's inappropriate. It's so hilarious.
right up my alley.
Exactly. And the first year we raised $110,000 for Ruth Ellis. And the second year we raised $145,000. And Project
Unbelievable.
Beautiful was the presenting sponsor.
Wasn't that amazing? So how wonderful is it for you to be able to collaborate with the most beautiful foundations and organizations that are going in and sincerely changing lives?
We just love that we are so flexible that we can work with several different organizations. Mother's Day is also a big program for us. So we go into 4 domestic violence shelters.
Okay.
We've been doing that for several years, and we bring in brunch for the women and their families. We do gift bags. We bring in all these needs list items like African American hair care products, feminine hygiene, diapers, etc. And then we give each shelter $1,500 to $2,000 for a project of their choice. So we love that. We also do an event at M1 Concourse for children that are fighting serious illnesses and their families, and we give thrill rides and dodge Hellcats and Vipers. So we love that we have such a diversity of events.
That's right.
And we kind of like to work with organizations that are kind of like smaller, the underdogs, not ones that are super well funded, you know?
Right.
And ones where we can be part of it and be hands-on versus just writing a check.
Right.
And
you can get into the trenches with them.
Exactly.
And I love that you do pick the underdog foundations because we're the same way. We feel the same way. We love to come in and build awareness for these organizations that need help. They all need help.
Exactly.
So whether it's dollars or volunteer time or media time or public relations, we do our part in any way we can. And that's what I was going to ask you is how do you pick your organizations? Do they reach out to you? Do you reach out to them, or kind of a little bit of both?
it's a little bit of both. And at one time, we actually had like some extra money in our bank account, which is pretty.
You do? Can we talk?
No, that was at one time.
Oh,
in the past.
it's not now. Okay, sorry.
So we had extra money. So we had each board member pick an organization that fit our mission, and we gave $2,000 grants. So it was called 20,000 Smiles. 10 board members, $2,000 each. $20,000. So we took nominations on Facebook and then just organizations that we were aware of already. So it's kind of a mix and match of organizations coming to us, things that we hear about that fit our mission. And then we like to work with organizations that, like I said, are underdogs, but are also appreciative and that are easy to work with.
That's right.
Some organizations are a little disorganized or never call you back, and that makes it difficult.
Sure. So how can people get a hold of you, and how do you raise the dollars for Project Beautiful?
So
Inside and out.
Our organization's website is projectbeautiful-insideandout.org.
Okay.
And everything is on there, past events, upcoming events. I do it all myself. Our whole organization is all volunteer. All volunteer, no paid staff. So, it's a challenge, but we like that. So we have all different kinds of fundraisers throughout the year. We have one upcoming at the Inn at St. John's. It's
That's coming up in July. Go ahead.
July 26th through 28th is the Concours d'Elegance of America. So it's one of the top car shows in the U.S. So this year we are the Friday night kickoff dinner charity partner.
Love it.
And we're doing a fashion show with Dolce Moda Boutique in Birmingham.
Wow.
And we have all these fun models it's amateur, so it's like super fun. But my daughter's modeling.
Oh, well, your daughters are stunning. So it's not amateur. That's high
She's
end.
modeling. We have Rhonda Walker from
Love
Channel
Rhonda
4.
Walker. Yes.
She's doing that. So anyway, it's a fun show. And then also we have some amazing live auction items that we have rounded up. So we have a design tour studio package with FCA, GM, and Ford.
All three.
All
All
three.
these OEMs coming together.
Yes, so they're all offering to do design tours. We also have
Wow.
garage tours of Jay Leno and Wayne Carini. I know, I got that. Damn. Oops, am I allowed to curse?
Yes, it's a podcast. It's a
Okay.
wild, wild west. This is why I love you. So people can go check your website. They can give dollars. They can give sponsorships. They can
Yes.
give items such as the tour garage of Jay Leno. I'm coming to that. Did you get my ticket?
Yes, you can buy your ticket, and when
No.
you buy your ticket, buy it for my daughter because that's like how you vote with
I get to pick a
dollars.
model?
Yeah, you vote with dollars.
I love that. Project Beautiful inside and out. And here's why, now you obviously, viewers and listeners, can see why I love her so much. We'll be together for the rest of our lives. But, Flint has always been on, your map. It's within your wheelhouse. And we look forward to collaborations with Hope for Flint and Project Beautiful inside and out. We love the work that you do. And one thing you had said early on was when you created this organization, it was so important to bring the kids in.
Yes.
And it was probably something so that you guys can leave this legacy, but not only that, show them how important it is to serve community.
True. And so they have been, we put them to work at the registration desk, at silent auction. They're organizing donations. My daughter, I make her do all the flyers and things because she had a graphic design class. So she's technically an intern. So yeah.
But it's so important. It's so important to teach these kids. I do it myself for these girls. I've dragged them for years and years. And in the beginning, they're like, oh, goodness, Mom, these young teenage girls. But now they love it. It has served them well. I know both your daughters are off to college, so it just ingrained a really strong foundation. What I'm trying to say is we both did really good with these girls. They're not always the nicest to us, but
They're nice to other people.
that's what matters.
That is.
So again, one more time, the website.
projectbeautiful-insideandout.org. And if you're interested in the Concours event, it's Concours, CONCOURS USA.org. And we are the Friday night Motor City Mingle event.
Excellent. With Flint being Detroit's sister city and having that automotive, passion and background, you guys cannot miss this. It'll be great. Dorshia,
Are we all done?
love you. Project Beautiful. I told you.
That went fast.
It wasn't going to hurt.
Yes.
I told you you were going to live through it. Thank you beyond words.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
you, Doris Gill, certainly are hope for Flint.
Thank you.